goes beyond our fundamental work. This is technique work, and this is going to be just a base way that we could be in a variety of calls. I'll just stand there, give the guys, hey, this is the call, right? This is the formation. Guys are going to, we have a language of assuming, it's 2-by-1 formation. I move the tight end around, and we're just going to sit there, get direct flow, and we're going to go smoke the gaps. Some varieties of this drill, you can put bags up where the 3 technique and where the 2-eye would be, right? You can do that here. We're in whatever call I gave them. We are a 3 there and a 2-eye here right now, okay? So we have a 90 fit with number 1 right there, and then 34 is the front side fit. They would have set the front left here for whatever reason, whatever front I gave them would have been a left here. So they're working downhill off the direct flow, okay? So we talked about you're not fitting a gap. You're going to have to make this thing right. So here's a drill that we use where we got a D-lineman. My assistant here is working the bag, and he's the D-lineman, and he's going to put his head somewhere, and the back's going to cut, and then the backer's got to make the cut off of it and thud him up on the tackle. So this is for the instances of where 2-eye might get reached, 3 technique might get knocked into the A gap, 2-eye might get knocked into the B gap, whatever the case is. So now we see it, and we're getting downhill to fill the gap. So here you see him. He's got a jump cut back. All right, I thought I was going to the B gap. Boom, guy got knocked in there. I got to redirect and fill. Okay? That's what that looks like. Because those are the 2 most basic drills we use. 2 most basic drills we use for downhill runs, for direct flow runs. Okay, so you'll see here, this is 13 personnel. We're going to get a direct flow run, and these guys are going to get downhill, okay? That's what we're looking for. Anytime you are in an even fit run, you are looking to build a wall of defense. You can see here, if anybody watching this had to guess where this ball is coming out, you're probably going to guess right. 55 is a little bit too square on the offensive lineman. He's at a wide base, but he is going to be able to disengage and make the play, okay? But everybody else is in a great position. We're in great working on edges, downhill with the off-the-ball defenders. The ball has 1 chance to get out. That's where 55 is, and he's able to get off and make the play. Okay. So you'll see here, I want you to focus on the safety over here. Right there, you'll see him. He's down, he's in a 90 fit. The corner's the wing force, the safety's the 90 fit, and the backers front side and backside fit after they traded. So the defensive end in the 9, he's going to get knocked into that C gap. So my rules as a 90 fitter, I'm going to make an adjustment. Okay, I've got to be able to make this thing right. He's supposed to be in the D gap. He gets knocked into the C gap. I got to make it right and come back and make the tackle. Okay. Here, focus on number 1. Here, this is what we talked about. In this picture, we're rotating here. He is the front side fit in that A gap. Okay. He's going to come downhill, but look at the 3 technique. Bang, knocked him out of there. So he's got to, just like our drill, he's got to come downhill, he's got to redirect, and then he's got to finish. So 3 backers here, they motion to put our nickel into the box. He's our 90 fitter. Got a wing force corner out here, out of the picture. But 55, 34, get downhill, pull the doubles off. The tight end can't catch up, and 0 is able to just knock it down in the hole. Okay, split flow runs. All right, same drill. We're going to be on the trash cans. We got to know where we're coming back to. Okay, 34 goes from front side fit to back side fit. 1 goes from 90 fit to front side fit. 34 gets in that stack B. Okay, split flow. So 87 in the backfield. They bring the tight end in the backfield. We're in man in this particular picture, so the motion's not going to change anything for us. Safety's rock and roll it. So we're just working off the core. Right now, if you talk about your near back triangle, 22 should have the tight end in his near back triangle. 21 should have the tight end in his near back triangle. 1 should have the back and the mesh in his near back triangle, just like that. So now 22 should be screaming back, 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 back. 21 is going back to an open B gap. So he's a stack B player. What happens here is the B gap doesn't really get closed by our edge player. Their tight end does a good job of getting low on him and keeping him from closing the B gap, so 21's got to stay in there, okay? 1 comes down with width, because again, we're in an even fit defense, so he's got the D gap and the quarterback. He comes down with width. He's a full man outside the quarterback, which is exactly what we tell him, and then he's able to redirect and get the ball knocked down. Okay, big quarterback was able to fight for an extra yard there. Here you'll see it fit off motion. It's the same principle. They're motion to tight end. We see these split flow runs off motion to tight end more than anything. Okay? Pulls our nickel into that front side fit. Pulls our Mike into the backside fit. They have a tight end back here, so it pulls our Will to the 90 fit, and then the safety here becomes the wing force player. Okay? Obviously our DN does a really good job shoving that guy in there. They crack our nickel, and the corner's got to replace. But nickel goes from out of the fit to front side fit. Mike goes from front side to backside. Will goes from backside to 90. This down safety goes from 90 to wing force. So a little bit of a game plan scenario here. 55 and 34 playing inside here in this split flow. These guys were very aggressive zone tracks, and even their inside zones fell off the table quickly. So you're going to see 55 as he goes back here to open B gap. He's not even going to move. He's just going to take his eyes there and put his body into B gap, because this thing is going to run away quick. Okay, 34 is going to do a really good job of scraping tight here and being able to play the back. So looking at those two guys. So 14 is the 90 fit here, 55 front side fit, 34 backside fit, 6 90 fit here. 6 becomes the wing force, 34 becomes the 90 fit here off the action back. He's got to fit the D gap because the end stays in the C. We get a really good split flow fit out of it. Okay, sometimes they'll insert these guys. Not every time are we preparing for them to come kick out the edge. Sometimes they'll insert them, okay? So we're always on these split flows going to track the guy with our eyes if we're expecting any version of insert. Okay, we knew they were going to try to jam it in there somewhere. So 55 kind of just takes a little bit of a risk, and he goes into somebody else's gap, but he's tracking that guy's path and tracking him with his eyes, and he pulls a trigger and he blows the play up. And you see 35 gets up into that front side fit. That's his A gap there that stays open, and 7 gets pulled into the backside fit. Okay, so going back to the open B gap off the split flow action, going back to the open B gap, you become that stack B player. Well, the tackle doesn't veer down, he sifts up. So the B gap's open. So now 35, even though he's the stack B, this is why we stack it, and we don't just assume it's going to get closed, and we don't just blow it. He comes back, and now it's open, so he's got to go fill it. Okay, gap flow. Okay. Talking about any type of pullers. This is one way we drill the pullers. All right, this is a counter action that we see quite often. Okay, 55 is our backside cutback player. So we're playing this. It's an indie, but we would have a safety as the leverage piece here. Excuse me, we have the backers, the leverage piece. 35 is the spill player, and if the tackle wheels out off of motion, 55 can take the run through. If the tackle blocks down, he would have to cross and close. This is one way that we set it up. Here's our cross and close drill. Okay, just set up these tackles. The backer doesn't know which way we're going. Just put a guy in there to be the back to get the flow, and then we're going to have these tackles climb up, and then one's got to cross and close. You can see him try to finish getting back and stacking where that tackle would be. Right, it's a big part of fitting these gaps